in the plastic. That's not the condition you normally find stuff this old in. So I thought that was pretty cool.
What is going on, world?
Pretty nice box on this one as well.
Hope everybody's doing alright. Haven't been live in a while.
We got the 1988 Imagineering Phantom of the Opera mask, like a double part.
Figured we might catch up on some of this Graceland Nick stuff and some of these locales. God, if they don't quit putting shit about Caitlin Clark leaving the WNBA and all this. And Adina is really embracing those live gift goals. Foodie Beauty responds to... That's 12. We got Foodie Beauty from 12 hours ago.
You know your skin is the largest
Foodie Beauty, beauty bite, beauty bite.
Treating your skin to a
Fat
glamourous
nasty
vacation in
bitch.
Fiji. Did you know my skin is the
Fat
second
nasty
most oil in my
slut.
But first with my heart.
BBW, pog shaped ass. What the fuck? I know too much about that shit from listening.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to commentary for you. Before I get started, I have to thank each and every one of you. The likes, the comments, the views. I think the last video got over 1,000 likes before any other video has on this channel. And even though it went up later than normal, I appreciate all of you. Chantal, don't worry. I let this video go for a little bit. I know you don't like people stealing your content. But thankfully, I believe we're going to be talking about content that technically isn't yours for quite some time. And she is talking very slow, very labored during this fully aware.
Yeah, this content does not belong to me. Now, this is free for use, Foodie Beauty.
It's odd because I don't think anyone questioned that. We all know it was you,
Chantel.
how it was live, the hosts that are involved. She says teams are very smart, wants to make a bunch of shows centered around locale. One of which she believes would have been an all-female panel. And she admits that she was unfamiliar with some of this. Chantal, you tell us all the time how you watch the show, how you enjoy putting it on. You go over the hosts repeatedly. She then says, you know, she prefers more lighthearted content. You know, like when someone is being punished. That's a direct quote from this video. She says she does not like the hate, the drama, the back and forth. Chantal, the first thing I would tell you is you watch everything. And we know this. 3 minutes into this video, you're already being repetitive. And if you felt this was the proper way or the proper time to address not being on the show, I just don't know what to tell you. You know, rather than screaming back at the host and encouraging drama while bringing up your ex, it's just the usual everyone is lying concept with you.
Let's see if we can get on her original shit. Foodie Beauty.
Getting that from YouTube.
Foodie Beauty.
Getting that from YouTube.
As an older adult, I didn't want to spend all my time binge watching television. So I said, let me go back to school. I have a son who actually also graduated from the global program. He did it. I'm like, oh, I can do it too. I'm most proud that I was able to.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Destroyed their bathroom. You've said this story multiple times, and yet when it gets brought up last night, you pretend as if it's never happened. And she says, you know, all of this brings her into a negative space.
Beauty bye.
You know, a space where she, quote, used to rage.
Dude, I'm sorry,
she
but
then elects to answer a bunch of questions that
I'm trying to find it without you talking in the background. I'm not trying to take your shit.
For this show. And honestly, this is almost built on this base of I went on this show with a motive in mind, and none of you knew. I wanted to test out the chemistry to see how I would be treated, and unbeknownst to anyone, this was my master plan. This goes right back, and I even mentioned in the last video, Chantal always wants to pretend like she is the smartest person in the world. She even goes on to say that she didn't know if being invited on the show was a compliment because she knew this was a, quote, dumpster fire. She then, again, lets us know things we already know. She pillages through the comments. She blows a kiss at her, quote, haters. And she views this, yet again, as an opportunity that people are trying to, quote, ruin. And that she says the more she's made to be messy, the more she's made to be outlandish, it simply piques interest. She compares this to, quote, Jerry Springer of YouTube, but worse. And that, people wouldn't watch it otherwise. She then pretends to regret going on. And this is, the same thought process. It works against her current principle. She shouldn't be discussing things that happened 3 years ago. She said she isn't that person anymore. She doesn't do those things. She would never do some of those things modern day. She says that Sal and her have moved on from the fecal fund. It's totally irrelevant. She has no interest in screaming back and forth to get views. Let's also accept the fact that she is more than willing to taunt her host, eat massive
This fat bitch right here eats shit.
in a way, harm her animals. But arguments over her past, that's just too much.
You want to get these some bitches riled up.
She
Don't feed a
is
dog for a
also
day.
the one that brought all this up. She goes on the panel
Fuck
and
a
she leads
person.
her charge with FFG and her ex, less than a minute in. I think what she wanted was people to hear that and sympathize with her. But the problem was the people on the panel knew more than she thought they did. And she says that, she was trying to say her opinion without being snobby. Chantal, you literally told them for proof you would suck on them.
Damn.
No one forced you to say any of these things. You crafted all of these words with intent and meaning while wearing a hijab. She really also draws this out. Saying how she felt it might be fun.
Why don't
And that
she
was
take that
almost gonna be
stupid ass
amongst
name
friends,
off?
that money wasn't an issue. For what it's worth, Chantal has not
Hijab.
benefited much from this. And this is also a time where we see
Motherfucking
she
bed
wasn't in
curtain.
control.
Or
And I think she
a
needs
goddamn
those
bed
things.
sheet or a curtain.
She
is
also
what it
doesn't have
is.
the ability to just delete this like she probably would want. Instead, she wants to pretend, this was all for networking. But she doesn't want to be screamed at. She doesn't want to be yelled at for hours. She realized, in her past, all that was brought up. It's fine for us to watch now. And she goes on to talking about, how many project that she's wearing this costume. And that acting this way shows that. And that
It's
she's
a
not here to
costume.
convince people anymore. She's here to live her life. She can't prove anything to the haters. She says she's a revert, and she knows that she hasn't acted accordingly. It literally is the same song and seal we've heard for years. She should acknowledge her haters. She should engage in negativity. She's acknowledging her haters. She's retaliating against them. She swears and continues to do things she knows are against the Muslim beliefs. She says that 3 years ago, this would have, been a better fit, much like her clothing. But now, it's a difficult journey for her to be this better person. She needs to put attention to herself. She wants to focus on her channel, being boring, wholesome. And that goes right down to beezing. Lighthearted fun without negativity and hate. For her mentals, of course. But, bringing up FFGs to see her, that, we don't discuss that. That was fine. She closes out, citing she was, quote, starstruck. She was even given this offer. And that this should show her prominence in the community. She says apart from responding to her haters, she really has changed. She wants to live her life with her little family, and that's fine. She's happy. She has this small Beezer army. And of course, it's quality over quantity. Because she just wants to laugh and have a good time. Chantal, yet again, this was reality. Right? Reality is you're desperate for attention. To the point that any attention will do. You, as I said before, truly believe you are the smartest person in the room, but constantly show you fall very short of that. You sat on a panel in a group of people who verbally demolished you, and all you could do was clap and smile. You had not a single retort. You thought they were going to laugh with you. Instead, they laughed at you. You have also signed, make no mistake, a one-way ticket back to Canada, if you're lucky at this point, because we see the double-edged sword that you yield. You need views to keep solid in your life to maintain your channel and income. And since the interest has fallen off so much, with that boring mukbang content, the only way that you could spike those views was to blast the one that got away by Katy Perry till you had the courage to sit in front of a panel and talk about your ex. When that didn't do it, you went on to humiliate Salah. You outed his fetish, you promoted people seeing his photos, and you giggled and clapped along the way. And trust me, if you think Girl World is full of awful people who hate you, you've exposed them now to a much broader audience. And the best part of this is the video that you have done get a fraction of the views that your so-called, quote, haters do. We don't have to sit here and speak long, drawn-out words about a panel that you claim you didn't want to go on to start with, but somehow just ultimately became, like most people, rejecting you. You had trying to defend yourself over the same things you've done for years on years. The deplorable things you said about other creators, even when told to stop. Defending people like Cyrex, Karate Joe. No one there on that panel had a sympathy card for you. Even those people who didn't fully know the lore of you disliked you within minutes after seeing your actions. The difference was, instead of your normal rage quitting, you continued with irrational decisions, claiming that you're working, quote, really hard to change. Everything that you've done as a result of, quote, responding to haters, and also isolated incidents that shouldn't have the context viewed other than individually. The reality, Chantal, much like this thumbnail tells you, outside of your hug box, you epically fail every single time. The difference is, this time you manage to absolutely mortify Salah and his family, who are likely back in Syria celebrating, which is why you were left alone. In addition to that, this stream, which you have no control over, also likely ruined any chance of a lawsuit that you continue to claim against reaction channels. And of course, putting a nice bow on that with, quote, responding to haters ruin my channel, while also simultaneously screaming, you're a boss. This was all of your action, Chantal. Not one of us had a say in this. You faced the same exact response you get from the, quote, haters, and your response was to say nothing. Let me educate you on this, Chantal. This panel is why Foodie Reacts Back never worked. In the face of your failures, you love to blame everyone else. And then you try to paint this picture of how difficult it is to be you, to be a revert. But you refused in this video to say that you had no issues clapping while your photos were passed around, mocking Salah's fetish, lusting over your ex. The same things you constantly blame reaction channels for doing. Of course, all of this, though, ends with you being impulsive, when it seems like, from the outside looking in, you paid to be a member of this channel for an opportunity to be roasted that way, which would be the exact opposite of impulsive. I'm going to leave you with the top comments from the last video. I cannot wait for the comments on this one. And unlike Chantal on that panel, I'll be back as soon as I can with more commentary.
I want to see the whole thing.
Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the
If you're looking for something new to watch today, then you might want to check out LOLCOW Live. It's a pretty raunchy panel discussion, and it's something that Foodie's been trying to get on as a regular. Last night, she made an appearance, and, well, they raked her over the coals pretty much. They brought up everything from the bathtub full of peeps to Charlie Gold to Well, even the OnlyFans. And yes, they shared the pictures. Not on screen, of course, but yes, everything was brought up. And Foodie had to defend herself. She didn't do a great job of it because, well, basically, you can't be modest and demure and talk about the things in Foodie's past. You just can't. So, if you want to see Foodie being her true self, then check out Lolcow Live. Go to their live stream from last night about someone called Lynx and go about an hour and 49 minutes in.
her cat on, and she's like, "It's not being abused. My pussy's not being abused."
Exactly. Exactly. Imagine someone who knows nothing about food eating can still see the like weird deflection and like, hey, wait, what did we get from that to that? Why did you suddenly just bring your cat onto the camera? Wow, that was crazy. What a deflection. Huh. Asha from the future, thank you for the super chat, girl.
Neither
Exactly. It's all BS. See, I have a ton of haters who want to ruin me, okay? They want to do anything they can to ruin me. They accuse me. I've been accused of everything, okay?
Help me. Judy,
No, I don't care. I can handle my own.
Wait,
I can
Judy,
handle my own. I can handle
Judy, don't you get back at those haters though? Didn't you like dox one or two of them?
Yeah, she sure did.
I didn't dox anybody.
Oh yes, you
I
did.
don't.
Yes, you did, honey.
I
Yes,
don't.
you did. It's already known, honey.
Yeah, I saw it too. You definitely.
Somebody just texted me the picture. Okay. You gotta hear it.
Oh,
no way.
God.
Send it to me. I want to see.
Okay. Let's just go back a few seconds. This is what I saw, or one of them that I saw on Twitter this morning. Okay. Watch when, I'm sorry, I don't know who all these people are. The guy in the middle there says, somebody just sent me the picture. Watch her face when she realizes that guy just saw her nudes.
Picture.
Okay.
You gotta hear it.
Oh,
no way.
God.
Send it to me. I want to.
Look how excited she is. Look at the big smile on her face. Like, oh my God, really? They did? Gross. Jessica, thank you for the super chat. That would have been something, eh? Suddenly they're, and she's arguing like, poof, looks at me and yeah, blah, blah, blah. Oh my God, corner. What do you think she would have left?
What?
I will. I'll send it to you.
Listen,
Oh my
3
God.
years ago, I found God. I'm a reformed person now.
I'm so happy.
I would never show my
Sky
snacks on the
Daddy.
internet.
I give 2 fucks about your Sky Daddy.
Wait.
I'm just saying that you
God,
got
man.
people
I
to
bought
get
a weed
that.
whacker since then, and it's all gone.
Time.
Oh my God, talking about her cooch again on the internet. A weed whacker. I got a weed whacker since then, says the woman in a hijab. Big Ed loves Chantal. Thank you for the super chat.
Oh, Beauty. Do I have permission to look at your box? Because Mike is going to send it to me.
What, Kitty? No.
Whatever, go for it.
I want
Yeah.
permission.
Because
I'm being
listen,
respectful.
The married woman. Wow, cosplay. Wow. First of all, have you noticed that she's not wearing a wedding ring? It just got connected in my brain. No ring on while she does this. Fake married 2 years. Do you mind if I see your nudes? She smiles and goes, okay. Married woman. Pious Miriam. What kind of a married Muslim, someone who says that they're practicing and, you know what, practicing or not, bitch, you say you're married for 2 years. First of all, where is your husband? Because it seems like you're alone again. We were live yesterday watching you, and you were definitely alone then. Talking about Syria, pretending to know a goddamn thing. He wasn't there to, I don't know, speak on anything. You were alone. And here again, you sit on Lolcow Live alone. Seems like you were alone all night. Interesting. So back to the no wedding ring wearing married Muslim woman. Oh my God, the computer wanted to off itself.
It's getting to where they're doing too much comments. Just go ahead and let the people talk and shit.
Baby boy David,
The comment channels are taking over.
Why did she do this? The only thing I can think of is her mad need.
I mean, they do a good job.
I can't think of another reason why anybody would do this. Again, a married woman trying to convince us all
it's
that
getting
she's
to where you
Muslim.
can't even find the goddamn original material.
I could repeat it all night, right? I can't think of another reason why. Chloe, thank you for the super chat, girl. Probably have a break after that.
I don't really care for this girl too much.
What did you stumble on? Oh, girl. This one, make.
Well, just getting to talk.
Elle, thank you for the super chat. Keems been giving her attention. Toads wants her. Oh, absolutely. She'll turn the story. Eventually, her appearance on this Lolcow Live will turn into, they pushed her into talking about things that she didn't want to and blah, blah, blah. She was somehow forced into doing it by the reaction channels or, yeah, totally. Absolutely. Hijab Cheese, thank you for the super chat. My cheesy
Thank you
lady
for the
bits
super chat.
are hair.
Thank you for $5.
God damn it, Hijab
Thank you
Cheese.
for 10. Thank you for super chat.
Why do you hate me, Hijab Cheese?
I'm fixing to have to
And
turn
Nicola
this
Cruz,
off
thank you
because
for
of
the
that
super chat. I know too
woman's
much about
voice
her cooch.
talking.
I don't like it. Says the whole damn community.
She's got a goddamn annoying ass
It's on the
voice.
internet. There's nothing I can do.
All right.
Trust me, you would not match up to the model he's marrying anyways, bitch.
That makes sense to me. Listen, I'm not Muslim, but like, shit, if I was, what, like, can you blame Muslim people for saying that? Mr. Cardigan Girl, thank you for the super chat. Muslims are
Goddamn, thank you
denouncing
for the
her,
super chat.
saying take off the hijab.
That hurts to
Not
say it that
surprised.
quick.
This,
Thank you for the super chat.
this is the most outrageous thing she's done in a hijab, and that includes scat gay, because like she wasn't the one pooping on anyone. This, how dare she still be in a hijab after this?
Not going anywhere near my fucking phone just in case. I'm gonna pray before I go to bed.
Why did you do that to yourself? That's that's so.
You fell out the chair onto the floor.
Look, I agree. It was a bad decision. It was bad, okay? I would never.
This is a great point, oh my Lanta. FFG, notice there's no crying about revenge corn when it's these men. No, yeah, no crying about it at all, giggling and, you know, just telling them flat out, yeah, sure, check me out. Check out my snatch. The fuck? Ganja Cree, thank you for the super chat. You're not a real Muslim, cutie. Absolutely not.
Listen, I'm all about fucking spreading for bread, bitch. Because
I'm sorry, I gotta pause again. I gotta my cigarette. Holy shit. This is so much going on. It's just a lot, okay? You're gonna tell me that Salad, because she claims to wear the hijab because that's what Salad wanted from his wife, right? Salad wanted a hijabi woman. Poof, she's now a hijabi woman. That is how, let's say, I don't know, say like, how, whatever he is. What would the word be? Insert your word there. Following, traditional, whatever you want to end that sentence with, okay? What do you think Salad feels about his hijabi wife going on the internet, passing around her cooch pictures to men, laughing it all off, making this much of a fool out of herself? That's okay with him? But you better be wearing a hijab? Fuck, man. Nee Marie, thank you for the super chat. I am also loving this for us. What's Tina's channel, by the way? Oh, I have no idea. If anybody has it in the chat or puts it in the chat, I'll pin it.
put some mousse on it, shave it, cut the hairs. I mean, what?
I'll point this out. I got no hate for somebody that wants it. I got no hate for a woman that wants to use her body to make some money. That, you know, whatever. The life's hard as it is. Everybody has a different struggle. Everybody's going through something. Make your money where you have it. As long as you can sleep with yourself, whatever, right? To judge somebody based on that is being kind of petty.
Oh, hey, you
yeah, there you go.
Bitch. You fat motherfucker. You judge me on everything I say and do.
Tina, she spread for bread, and then she found
Tina,
God.
I just gave you compliments, and you just let that shit gloss right the fuck over you.
Boogie, check your text.
We don't know.
No.
Boogie.
Thank you in the background. She's so absolutely so gross. It's one thing. Yeah. No, listen, I don't know how to say this. Like, not judging about the OnlyFans or the addiction she used to have or whatever. I'm judging right now. I'm judging the fact that there's a hijabi woman who has been for the past 2 years trying to convince us of being a practicing Muslim, sitting on LolCal Live, passing around the pictures from her cooch, and laughing about it and just participating in this. She knows what this is. She loves LolCal Live. She watches it all the time. She's mentioned it a bunch of times. She knew exactly. She's not exactly clutching her pearls and getting on. Allegedly conspiracy or whatever, in my opinion. The ghost of Bethel. If anyone still needed proof that the marriage isn't real, the love isn't real, there it is. That's right. And again, Chantal, this apparently was something like 6 o'clock in the morning, something around that, in Kuwait when she did this. So again, yesterday we reacted to her live from earlier, like the evening. Salad was not there. Now this is first thing in the morning. Salad is not there, and we're all supposed to believe that this is a real marriage and that they spend the night, like that he lives there and shit. It's kind of hard to believe after this, isn't it? Auntie Owl, thank you for the super chat. Keem gave her an out, whatever. Go ahead. She wanted him to see it. That's right. She was smiling like a sicko. He literally asked her. She's like, yeah, okay, do it. Tee-hee. I love the attention. Jennifer, thank you for the super chat. I wonder what Salad thinks about a group of guys looking at her bits, and she's loving it. She's loving it, and she's making a fool out of him.
Look at the text, Boogie. You're
whatever, Boogie, pretending like he doesn't like the fat snatch. Give me a break.
I
Boogie
don't
hates
like
that girl.
fat bitches.
What?
Boogie might drop dead on the stream.
Whatever.
Boogie, look at the snatch now.
Conflict of interest. No.
Look it up when you're fired.
Boogie likes
This is
them
a
to look
3
16
years ago
years
one, okay?
old.
He's gonna take a shit.
I have a reformed one now. That's 3 years ago. Different. Completely
Bald
different.
on your head?
If you were really that reformed, when the Keemstar asked you, yeah, do you mind if I look at your thing? She'd be like, no, don't do that. No, don't do that. At least pretend like you gave a shit. Yeah, whatever, go for it. Tee-hee, with that idiot smile on your face. Taylor Todd, thank you for the super chat. This is the closest thing she's had to hanging out with friends, being laughed at, yelled at, and called out on a live stream about lol cows. It's her karma. You're right. And how sad is that? The closest thing to hanging out with friends. Shit. JC, I love Janet. Thank you for the super chat. Of course, Chantal is excited. This is the first person, including Foodie, to see her downstairs in year. Oh, you're right. How her cat has been more MIA than Amber's. No, but also yes. Holy shit. Rabbit Sugar. Thank you for the super chat. This reality check was brutal and well deserved and amazing because again, she wasn't in control of the stream. She couldn't end it in the moment, and she can't delete it ever. It's so beautiful.
I'm not bald, but I have thinning on top, yeah.
Okay. I knew you were
I
thinning
shaved
on
my
top
head.
of
It
it.
looks like you at one point.
You shaved your head, but you wouldn't
My
shave
head.
your bush.
I got the whole
No.
Hogan Halo
She
going on.
attacked
Exactly. I need some hair. It's not insecure. Leave me alone.
Time out. Chad is asking for a review. So the Feudy Booty Snatch review looks like two Golden Girls fighting for a world championship.
I still haven't
You're
got it.
going to
Can you
hell
go
for
share it?
looking at that.
Look at her laughing. She just, that is the funniest comment she's ever heard. Her and her no bra wearing ass in her hijab, laughing at what this man, who's not her husband, has to say about what her cooch looks like. Oh, pious Miriam. Gypsy Med Pandu, thank you for the super chat. Not the couch candles.
I'm not sure what I was looking at, if I'm being totally honest.
It's not shaming. What the hell?
It looked like a wooded area. He had to fucking find his way through the woods, bitch. That's what he's trying to tell you.
I ain't got
What's
to get that.
yours?
First of all, bitch, I've never had to spread for bread.
I know that's
Bet
right.
that. Bet that. I'll just take your money. Fuck you. Fuck I look like.
Boogie
This is
dead.
why you don't show the nether.
Chantal is such a loser. She is such a fucking loser. Sidebar to everything else that's going on. Look, she's getting roasted by Tina. And what's her reaction? little claps and a stupid smile. Nothing to say back. She cannot make an argument. She can't, like, in the moment say anything. It's so dumb. What did she think she was doing here tonight? Honestly, besides just embarrassing the shit out of herself, did she go up there to get back at Tina or something? No. She can't make an argument. She can't do shit besides embarrass herself. That's always in life. Ayana, thank you for the super chat. Things have really changed, eh? Holy crap. You remember one time, what did she said? Something like, shut up or something, and he kicked her leg under the table and stuff. This is all right. Loose Cannon, thank you for the super chat. Hey, Foodie, once again, she making point off of you. Well, she's just such a great boss speech. I don't know what to say. Spread for bread. Yeah, that's pretty funny, not gonna lie. Mean Jean, thank you for the super chat. Wait, there are men here. Why is she there talking? Not only talking about her cooch.
Peace out.
Giving permission to these men who are not her own.
Hello, world.
Thanks the pigs. Thank you for the super chat. I fear Chantal thinks they're laughing with her. I think so too. I think a